wow, from New York. I am so jealous that you are in Japan. You don't even understand.
Yes, but I know that you are coming in 2-3 months, right?
I am. How's everything going?
Today good. Yesterday I was celebrating my birthday, and we did.
Happy
I did.
birthday!
Thank you. I
Yeah.
did for the first time karaoke,
Karaoke.
and my head hurt.
Um, so you drank a lot of sake, or what did you drink?
Yeah, like they were bringing, like they kept bringing things, and I just kept drinking it because none of us has good vocal talent, so we just had to drink to
Let loose and
let loose, and just stand
liquid
what we
courage,
are hearing. Hmm?
liquid courage, I call it.
Liquid courage, exactly. That's the word. So
I
actually,
enjoy every time. Yes.
since I'm in Japan, I'm trying so many of your delicious food, and I started wondering why you are so big on the fermented food.
That's a good question. So I think I mentioned a little bit about the osechi on my previous show
Yes.
or on a previous podcast
Mm-hmm.
episode. But a long time ago, Japan, we didn't have refrigerators.
Mm-hmm.
And we had to figure out a way how to store food in those conditions and something that could be eaten for many, many days in room temperature. So I guess the Japanese figured out so many amazing ways to ferment, for example, soybean, right, which was readily available, especially because there's so many farmers in Japan. We grow rice, we grow wheat, we grow soy. That's how they came up with soy sauce and miso and
Mm.
natto, which is something I'm so excited to talk about. And I don't have natto with me right now.
Does this thing contain natto?
No, that's red bean paste.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's a different kind of bean, but it's a bean, but it's not. I wouldn't say it's no. It wouldn't be fermented. It would probably be sweetened with sugar, like sugar
Right.
water. Yeah, fermentation is huge, and everyone's heard of miso and soy sauce, but there's this thing called natto, which
Yeah.
is very exciting because it is not for everybody. Let me tell you. Have you tried it?
I don't know. Would I remember that? I guess.
I want you to try it because
Okay, I will. I
it
will.
does not smell good. My husband does not like it. It is essentially a fermented soybean that's been sleeping. We call it sleeping in. Like they're sleeping in this dried leaf,
Okay.
or that's how they traditionally made it. And they would ferment it for so long that it actually creates this sticky texture. It smells like maybe a dirty sock.
Yummy. Oishi, oishi.
Oh, it's so oishi, right? We eat it with raw egg, and you keep sort of mixing it until you get this very, very sticky and long strands of this sticky amazingness, and you would eat it on top of rice. If you are in Japan, you could probably get it at the convenience store. It's called natto maki, and it's in the form of not like rolled sushi.
Okay.
So
Okay.
do try.
I'll try it today. I'll let you know.
Another thing that I think might be unique
Yes.
is something called Koji.
Mm.
And I actually have some right here. And this
Um,
is Koji. And it's not always in this package.
mhm.
But Koji is basically fermented, I believe it's like rice enzyme, we would say. This is what is used for making alcohol, like Japanese sake. It has that ability to like break down produce
It's like a
or
yeast, right? Like for in
like a
sourdough.
yeast. So koji is like it's like a fungus, and it's used for various culinary purposes. Like it's used in sake or shochu and in condiments like this miso here, or if you're familiar with like mirin, which is like a sake-based sugary condiment that you would put in a lot of Japanese food,
Mm-hmm.
and also soy sauce. It's also in like yeast starters, when you're making bread. But I
Yeah.
also love to use koji to actually soften and marinate my chicken or fish.
Amazing. I
It's
have to try it. Like in Europe, we don't hear of the koji.
koji.
Can you
Did
make
you?
it yourself? Like in the yeast for sourdough, for example, you can do it by yourself, just adding flour and water.
I have never tried it, but that might be our next episode, Camilla. Like maybe we should try to figure it out or figure out some ways to use koji and make some food. Like maybe we can do
Let's
something
do
with
that.
that. And oh, I forgot to tell you. So like what does this taste like?
Uh
Yeah, I'm gonna try it.
huh.
I think that this is, let me see, this is called shio koji. So it's like a salt-based koji.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. It tastes like a little bit like sake, and it
Mm-hmm.
has like these like rice residuals,
Ah, yeah.
and it kind of has like a umami flavor.
Mm.
We also use koji for a drink. We actually drink it on New Year's Eve, which we had another episode about New Year's food. But
Oh,
it's actually that one is not salty; it's sweetened, and we call it amazake, means sweet sake. But that is essentially koji. So
right.
very versatile.
No wonder all Japanese live so long. Like everything is so nutritious, so healthy.
I know.